Hello everyone, welcome to the video lecture series of course Internet of Things. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss Unit 5, that is Data Handling and Analytics. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss the introduction to the Big Data. I am Professor Swati Suresh Pawar. Before starting with today's lecture content, let us discuss the content of Unit 5, that is Data Handling and Analytics. In Unit 5, the contents are Introduction to the Big Data, Types of Data, Characteristics of Big Data, Data Handling Technologies, Flow of Data, Data Acquisition, Data Storage, Introduction to Hadoop, Introduction to Data Analytics, Types of Data Analytics, Statistical Models, Analysis of Variance, Data Dispersion, Contingence and Correlation, Regression Analysis, Precision and Error Limits. Now let us discuss to the introduction to the big data. The term big data gained momentum in early 2000s. Large amount of structured and unstructured data which cannot be processed by a traditional relational database engines is referred as a big data. Big data is complex such that traditional database engines are inadequate to process it. Open source framework like Hadoop is the reason for growth of big data, which was created to store and maintain large data sets. Big data involves gathering, storing, analyzing, retrieving, and transferring large amount of data. The term big data not only refers to how much data you have, but also what you do with that data. It involves various techniques, frameworks, as well as the tools. Big data helps to analyze data, identify patterns and behavior, which helps to take decision in better manner, which results in development of business or organization. Challenges in big data. Following are some challenges in handling the big data. Data gathering or capturing of data, storage of data, transfer of data, analysis of the data. Data gathering or capturing of the data. From different sources, data is captured. Format of data is different. Data can be structured or unstructured, or it can be a semi-structured. Storage of the data. First problem in big data is obviously storage. Big data size is increasing very fast, and as compared to size, storage capacity should also be increased. Transfer of data. One of the important end measure in big data is its transfer, as different systems are associated in the data transfer. Analysis of the data. Processing of data and its analysis require too many calculations. Processing of data depends on software used like operating systems, memory size, and processing power of the system. Searching of the data and sharing of the data are also challenges in the big data. Types of data. Big data is classified into following categories. Structured data. Structured data refers to data having fixed format and the length. Structured data is usually stored in relational database and which is ordered. Structured data can be easily retrieved using query language and processed by data mining tools. It is easily searchable and retrievable. Sources of structured data. Sources of structured data is categorized further as machine or computer generated data and human generated data. Machine or computer generated data is further categorized as sensor data, web data, financial data. Human generated data can be further categorized as input data and stream data. There are generally two sources for structured data: machine or computer generated structured data. Sensor data. It includes data generated by different sensor, RFID tags, GPS data. Web data. It contains log files. For example, server captures all data about its activity. Financial data. Financial data operates on some predefined tool. Stock exchange data is an example of the financial data. Human generated structured data. Input data. Human enter data into a computer. This kind of data is useful to understand and learn behavior of customer. Stream data. This is the data which is generated when you click on website. This can be used to learn buying pattern of a customer. Unstructured data. Unstructured data is unordered data which does not have any fixed format. Unstructured data cannot be stored using relational database. To store such large amount of data with different variety, we require no SQL database. Similar to structured data, unstructured data can be human generated or machine generated. Sources of unstructured data. Sources of unstructured data can be further categorized as machine or computer generated and human generated. Machine or computer generated data can be further categorized as satellite data and radar data. Human generated data can be further categorized as social media data or mobile data and email data. Machine or computer generated unstructured data. Satellite data, it includes images captured by the satellites. Photographs, videos and radar data is also example of machine generated unstructured data. Human generated unstructured data is further categorized as social media data. Data generated by different social media sites like Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, WhatsApp, etc. Mobile data, data which is generated by the text messages. Text data, data generated by the emails, documents. Semi-structured data. Semi-structured data falls between the structured data and unstructured data. It does not have fixed format or scheme, but it may be self-describing. It generally includes XML data. Characteristics of big data. Characteristics of big data is as follows. Characteristics of big data can be further classified as volume, velocity, validity, and value. First is the volume. Big data is generally not threshold with particular amount of data, but the vast size data which is difficult to manage, store, process and analyze using traditional database. Volume is referred as a large amount of structured and unstructured data which is generated by diverse sources. These sources can be devices connected to internet like sensors and RFID tags, machine-to-machine interaction, human interaction on social media like Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, etc. For example, data generated through modern healthcare system, insurance companies, IT industries, etc. requires big data assistant for storage and processing such huge data. Velocity. Velocity refers to rate at which data is generated and flows in business process. It also deals with how frequently data changes. Flow of data is continuous and is in large amount. Manage this data in timely manner is a challenging task. Variety. Data generated and flows in different formats like text, audio, video, files, numeric data, images, and financial transactions. Value. Generated data from the diverse sources is raw data. Value of the data can be discovered by analyzing the data, recognizing patterns, and by predicting the behavior. Discovering value of data is a challenging task because of abnormality of data, its large value and its velocity. Validity. Validity refers to how accurate data is for use and for how long it should be stored. Now, let us discuss the data handling technology. Following are different technology used to handle the big data. Data handling technologies are important for analysis so that accurate decision can be made. First is Hadoop. It is the open source Java based framework which is used to store vast amount of data. Hadoop allows us to split big data into blocks of data and store it on a cluster hardware. High availability, massive storage and open source are key features of the Hadoop. NoSQL database. In traditional database, data is stored in a rows as data is stored in a rows and column. Such is called as a relational database. But there is need of database which is used to store data of any format. So for this purpose, NoSQL database is emerged as a modern technology to store unstructured data. It can store data in the form of documents, graphs, etc. HIV Hive is a distributed database management for Hadoop. HIVE has SQL-like query options to access the data. Querying and data analysis are key features of HIVE. HIVE uses map-reduce techniques to retrieve the data. Spark. Spark is a framework for parallel data processing. It is used for interactive analysis of the data. Presto. This is query SQL Hadoop engine which is developed by the Facebook. It is used to retrieve the data. Scoop. This technology used to transfer the structured data to the Hadoop. Relational database can be connected to Hadoop with the help of Scoop. For stream processing, website activity tracking, Kafka is used. MapReduced. For parallel processing of data, this technique is used. Data handling technologies. Data handling technologies are categorized as NoSQL, Hadoop, HIVE, Presto, Scoop, KAFKA, and Spark. Flow of data. Big data is defined as the collection of data set which is in terms of volume, variety, and velocity that it is difficult to manage, store, process, and analyze this much amount with a traditional databases and database processing tool. The conversion of data to information in big data analytics, the flow of data in various steps is important. Data flows can be highly inconsistent due to increasing velocities and random variety of data. Big data analytics includes several steps to process the data, starting from data generation, that is the actual source where data is originating, till the step where it is converted into useful information. Firstly, the data generation can be from various sources. Considering IoT in view, following are the examples of data gathering places. Sensor data gathered by the weather monitoring system. Health and body related data generated by IoT based wearable system. Retail outlet and inventory management IoT system generates vast data. IoT based location monitoring system for vehicles. IoT based system developed in an industry keeping track of various aspects like temperature, humidity, chemical levels in a chemical industries and so on. Once the data is gathered, it goes through data cleansing or data scrubbing in which wrong data is identified and corrected or removed. This process is similar to noise removal technique. Once appropriate data is available, such data is processed through next step which is data mugging or data wrangling. It is the process in which raw data is converted into more understandable format. Data processing uses the data set and applies various algorithms to convert it into useful information, and this information, once the relative information is available, it is represented by data visualization techniques. For example, social networking sites like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, etc. generates huge amount of data which is processed internally by algorithms, and appropriate data is extracted as per the need. The NASA Center for Climate Simulation, that is NCCS, supplies 32 megabytes of weather observations and simulation. The Large Hadron Collider creates a massive data flow of 500 exabytes per day. Flow of data allows you to extract data with no limits. This is helpful in business process, that is how visitors are visiting and interacting your websites. Flow of data is used to analyze behavior of the visitors. This tool allows you to manipulate data and perform operation on it. One can apply machine learning algorithms on it. Now let us discuss the data acquisition. Data is stored in a warehouse. Before storing this data into the warehouse, it is collected, filtered and cleaned. This process is called as a data acquisition. Main concern about data acquisition is to gather data from various sources and store them in a storage which is scalable. Data acquisition focuses on three main components, that is protocol, framework and technologies. First is protocol. Protocols are used to gather data of different format like structured, unstructured or semi-structured format. Framework. Framework allows to gather data from diverse sources. Technologies. Technologies are used to store vast amount of the data. Social media plays a significant role in generation of large amount of data. This is also diverse data, but still it is processed and analyzed to find patterns and customer behavior. So challenge is to set up new business model based on these patterns, which will help to grow business. Main focus is on tools and methods used. Many companies and businesses are already influenced by big data as it is important in decision making. Rather than diverse sources and diverse data patterns, there are still some limitations like security issues, company culture, and also privacy issues. These issues should also be taken into consideration. Collection of data is very large, but only part of data is used in the business process. Following are protocols used for data acquisition. AMQP. AMQP stands for Advanced Message Queuing Protocol. AMQP provides following characteristics: safety property, fidelity, manageability, interoperable, Java message service. Safety property. AMQP protocol allows integration of message encryption and message cannot be decoded easily. Protocol is robust against attacks and spam. AMQP also supports durability of messages sent. That is, it allows to transfer the message even if both sender and receiver are not online at the same time. Fidelity. This characteristic is related to integrity of message, that is data should be received at receiver's end which is same as the message sent by the sender. Manageability. AMQP protocol is a fault tolerant. Data of all types can be transferred like audio, video, documents, images, XML files, etc. Interoperable. Different framework can implement this protocol. Java message service. This is used to create, send and receive the messages from peer to peer. JMS client can use resource injection to access objects in admin's namespace and establish connection between the same objects. There are two models, point to point and publisher subscriber model. Now let us discuss the data storage. Big data storage concept refers to storage of large amount of data which is in different variety and large volume. Data size is not specific, but generally it grows in exponential way for terabyte to petabytes. It allows user to retrieve, modify and access big data in efficient manner. Scalability is the key feature of the big data, that is data can be stored and added as per user's need. It is transferred for analysis purpose to different tools. Data is also replicated, that is if one node fails, other node take over the charge. In big data storage, data is generally stored on low cost drive. Big data concept not only focuses on storing big data sets but also mining the knowledge. Out of this vast data, only part of the data is being used. Big data storage tools: HIVE, Scoop, Big Data in Excel, NoSQL, Apache Hadoop, Microsoft HD Insight, Presto, Polybase. Apache Hadoop. It's Java-based open source framework for storing large volume and variety of data. It uses cluster of nodes to store the data. It is distributed architecture. Data is distributed among different nodes. NoSQL. NoSQL stands for not only SQL. Relational database is used to handle the structured data. So for handling unstructured data, NoSQL is used. HIVE. It has SQL-like query operation called as HIVE SQL to retrieve and access big data. For mining of data, it is used Microsoft HD Insight. It is characterized by high availability. This uses Windows Azure storage for default. Polybase. It is used to access relational as well as non-relational database and works on top of SQL Server 2012. Big data in Excel. This tool is developed by the Microsoft. It is used to access the data stored in Hadoop platform using Excel 2013. Scoop. This tool is used to transfer structured data to Hadoop. Presto. This engine is developed by Facebook, which is called as SQL on Hadoop and named as a Presto. It is used fast and efficient retrieval of the data. Summary of today's lecture. In today's lecture, we discussed the introduction to the big data, types of the data, characteristics of big data, data handling technologies, flow of data, data acquisition, data storage. Thank you.